Hey, what's going on, guys? Like I said, I posted my law mirror match video. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but before this video, and I wanted to display what went wrong with this match. Like I said, I did end up losing this match, and I think it was just like very small plays that really hurt me. So this was round 6. And I played against a Rebecca, and this matchup is definitely favored in Rebecca's in Rebecca's side, but I felt like I played it very well for a while, and then I smelled blood in the water, and I got way too aggressive when I shouldn't have, and that was on me. And I made a huge mistake, and that's something that I beat myself up over. I dropped after this because I had 3 losses and I couldn't top 64, and top 128 doesn't really mean anything to me personally. So I just dropped, and I don't know. I just felt very bad about this game because you know, I tried so hard to, like, you know, play well and do the things that, you know, I kind of harp on in my videos, and when I don't follow my own advice, I feel like I let you guys down and I let myself down, and I don't like, I hate feeling like that, you know? Like I hate like, I don't want to look horrible on camera with you guys around, or I mean, I don't want to look horrible anytime, you know, but you know, especially when I'm live streaming it, I just feel like I really let you guys down. So I was very upset with myself at this after this loss. But let me fast forward it a little bit. I win the dice roll, so I'm going to elect to go second because I want to play Sanji. I mulliganed my first hand because I needed to find Sanji, and I didn't. And then I had to take this one, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And then I play. So, okay. So they tell us, so I make him go first. Let me pause. I'm sorry. Let me pause this real quick. They tell us to never play, they tell us to never play, what is it called? A turn one, a one cost searcher early on in the game. However, I needed to find a Sanji, and I played a Bonnie to try to find that Sanji, because that Sanji is really going to help me with not getting, you know, frozen out of resources. So I figured it was worth it to take that chance. All right, so I play the Nami, and luckily I wasn't punished because I do look at my top 5 and I do find a Sanji, which really helped me later on in the game. Guys, his first turn, he searches off of Rebecca and finds a freaking Cavendish, right? And I'm like, damn, like Cavendish is really good into law. So like that card was like literally the MVP of this game. But I was still able to almost come back and kind of beat him with some hyper aggression. So I play 2 1 costs, knowing he can only kill 1. So I think he chose to kill the beige, which I don't think that was the right play. I think he kills beige here. Beige. And I don't think that was the right play, guys. Against Nami, you want to stall them or freeze them out of resources. So I think it's best to get rid of their cards that can search. So I swing 5 at life here, and of course he's going to counter out of this one with an Idio. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. I play Dodon because it's a 2 cost, and I know it can't die. And then also he doesn't have Colosseum, so I know that next turn if he plays the Cavendish, then I'm not in any threat here. So I felt good, right? I felt pretty good, mate. I play a Dodon. Dodon's gonna search for a blocker chopper, and then I go ahead and play Sanji. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass. Now, I don't use Sanji right away just because I want to be able to get the effect off. And then he actually gives me a card with Kyros here, which I think was a little bit odd. Maybe I guess he didn't want me to use Sanji's effect multiple times, but if he's going to be able to use Cavendish, like, why would he do that, if that makes sense? Like, if he's going to use Cavendish, he's not really worried about Sanji's effect going off multiple times. I was hoping this is going to be one of the games where the Rebecca didn't find the Colosseum, because that is what really helps. So he swings 5 at life here, and I go ahead and take it. I'm like, thank you, free card. That really helps out a lot. Then he goes ahead and plays Rebecca. Rebecca's going to search the top 3, and I believe she's going to find the Colosseum here. No, he's going to find the Luffy, and he already has Colosseum in hand, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate indeed. Waiting for him to play it real quick. I remember this game like it was just yesterday, right? So he's going to go ahead and use leader effect right here. He's going to search for the Kong gun, which really screws me over. I knew he had this card in his hand, and I just like let it slip my mind. That's another thing that really bothered me. Let me click on this screen so I'm able to like kind of fast forward it a little bit. at my choosing. So he picks up the Kong gun. He already has the stage right here, and he has 2 Dawn up, which I'm pretty sure he's just, sorry, that was I'm uploading another video as we speak. But yep, that goes for the Idio, the 2 Dawn, and then it is now my turn. I should be at 6 Dawn here. So realistically, I can shambles. I don't remember if I actually used it or not this turn. I think I did. So I'm going to go ahead and play Bonnie. Bonnie is a good card. Everyone knows that. So realistically, I have 2 Dawn to play with because I need to be able to use my leader ability. And I think I shambles first before attacking just because I really need... No. I think I attack with Sanji first, and then I save 2 Dawn in case he bottom decks one with a 3,000 Worlds. Or a Red Rock or something like that, and I have 2 1-costs in my hand, I'm still able to shambles. But I use the Sanji first, I know that for a fact, because I pick it up later. So use Sanji's effect, draw the card off of life, and then I swing 7 at his life, which I believe he just takes this, right? Yeah, he takes this. And when Rebecca takes life, it makes me feel good, because I'm like, okay, they don't have the counter for that. Because usually Rebecca wants to counter most cards, right? He looks at it for a while, decides not to go for it. I was thinking what that could be. You know, when your opponent debates a trigger, you kind of think about like what kind of triggers they have in their deck, and I'm like, okay, is it a 3,000 Worlds? Is it a Red Rock? Is it King Kong gun? Like, what do you have in your deck that is going to like help, if that makes sense? You know, what do you have to trigger? And then I debate attacking. I think I do attack because I wanna see what he has before I like make my commitment. And I think he just counters out of this one with maybe an Olympus, like a 1k counter, or maybe an Idio. I think it's Idio, if I remember correctly. No, it's a Sabo. Okay. So 1k counter. What do? I play Nami. Nami's going to search me. I'm looking for a Brook here, or a Luffy, because Luffy would be really good in this situation, especially because I usually play a lot of blockers, and I can just bypass him. But I think I whiff, right? Did I whiff on this? Yep, I whiff on this one. Very unfortunate. I use Nami's effect, or I use the leader effect to shambles, play Law, pick up Bonnie, of course. You always want to protect your Bonnie if you can. And I play Zoro, and then I put 6 Dawn on Zoro, and then I swing 6, I think, right? I think I swing, yeah, I think I do swing 6 at life here. I know he's going to play Cavendish this turn, or a Luffy. And Cavendish, I think I can just 1k counter out. So I'm really not too concerned. Because he's going to be at 7 Dawn, right? I believe. So Cavendish is 5, and then he's a 5 cost 6k. So actually he could go to 8, but I wasn't really too concerned about this. So maybe I should have saved a Dawn up for guard point, but I think the cards I discarded didn't really matter. It might have been a slight mistake not to save the Dawn up, because I know I did have guard point at this point, guys. So I think it might have been a slight mistake not to save the Dawn up, depending on what I discard. I don't remember what I do discard, though, so let's kind of fast forward a little bit, just so we can get to the meat and potatoes, guys. Like I said in the last video, I don't want these videos to be way too long. So he swings 5 into my Zoro here, and I go ahead and just block that, because I know he's going to play Cavendish, so it's not like my Law is safe anyway. I think he's just going to swing into... my Zoro here for 7, and he's going to use Rebecca's effect to search. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes here. Oh, I'm sorry. I think that was the simulator. I think I closed. I closed it because I think it was making noise in the background. Plays Cavendish right here. Puts a Dawn on it, and Cavendish, for those of you guys who don't know, can attack active characters, and he can rest his leader to pop a 1 cost on my field and mill top 2 cards of his deck. So he discards a Haruden and a Thunder Sword, or whatever that's called. True No Bastardo, or whatever. And then he uses Rebecca's effect. He's going to search for a Leo, and he's going to go ahead and pass his turn. So I know he has a Leo in hand, I know he has a Konga, and I know he has a Luffy in hand. So 3 of his 7 cards I know. All right, which is great. He has 3 life, and I'm honestly in a pretty good spot here. I have a pretty healthy hand count. I have at least a direction, you know, of where I want to go. The problem is I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to search with the Dawn earlier, is I really wanted to search for an Otama here, because I knew he had the Cavendish, so I was like, okay, it would be a lot easier to kill if I Otama it. However, I didn't have the Otama, which really sucked. I think if I had Otama, honestly, like, that really would have, like, sealed the game for me, because his Cavendish just kind of just went rampant. and I wasn't really able to like kill them. And attacking into a 6k is harder than attacking into a 5k. So I think the goal for this was just to ignore him and try to like rush him out of counters before he was able to like really set up. And I did a really good job of that. But the game plan definitely would have changed if I would have had Otama in hand. So I thought for a little bit, and then I ended up playing this Bonnie. I used 2 Dawn, of course, to search for the top 5. And it wasn't this Bonnie search, but it was the one after this that I just pains me to this day. I pick up Blocker Law, which is great. It's exactly what I wanted to see. I still have 5 Dawn to play around with, and then 2 Deshambles. Obviously I have 4 characters on the board, and so I play Chopper. I'm sorry, not Chopper. I play Brook. I considered putting 2 Dawn on the Nami, but then I look at my hand, and I'm like, or I remember my hand, and I'm like, okay, if he has a trigger for this, then I have a 2-cost character, so I still need to be able to shambles. I don't have any 1-cost, I believe. And then I swing 5 at life here. I swing 7 at life. So maybe I did have a 1-cost character, or maybe I counted on him blocking. I don't remember. He didn't use this Idio the whole game though, guys. That Idio literally stuck on the field for literally the entire game, which is kind of annoying. But he just kept taking life. So he's down to 2 life now, guys, and I was feeling great. I swing 5 at life here, and I think he gives me an Idio here. No, another Sabo. I'm gonna stop predicting that, guys. So I use leader effect, and then I do save the Dawn up for the guard point because I know either Luffy's coming out or another Cavendish, which he ends up playing another Cavendish, which was really annoying. I play Law, pick up the Dawn, and then I go ahead and play Chopper. And honestly, right here is a mistake, guys. I told you I want to harp on my mistakes on this video. Here's a mistake. He already has a Cavendish on the field, so that Chopper is mincemeat, right? That Chopper does not matter. I should have just played the Dawn. I should have picked up the Dawn, played Law, picked up whatever I just picked up right there. I forgot. I'm sorry, it was Bonnie, and then played the Dawn again. Because not only is Dawn a 3k body that could attack the next turn, but it could also search me one of the most important cards in the deck against this matchup in this particular situation, which is Otama, okay? And that Chopper would literally not, even if it didn't search Otama, it could have searched for hell, another Chopper, which could have helped later on in the game. It could have searched for a Nami, could have searched for actually I think those are the only 2 cards it can search for, or a starter deck Nami too. So though that was a big mistake here, because that Chopper like literally automatically dies to Cavendish. I don't know what I was thinking here, guys. I should have just played the Dawn again, or even just picked up Bond, or maybe even just picked up Nami to search for like a Rad Beam or something like that. That was a huge mistake on my part. So yeah, that Chopper is just gone. Big mistake on my part. I really goofed on this. So he goes ahead and plays another Cavendish here. Let me just skip fast forward a little bit. Kind of maths out his turn for a little bit. Rebecca's a little bit of a slow deck. Why does the simulator keep coming up? So thanks for a little bit. Sorry, I'm kind of fast forwarding this too. Divvying up his Dawn. He puts 2 Dawn on his Cavendish, and he goes ahead and swings 8 at my Law, and then pops my Chopper, which of course that was going to happen. I have 5 cards in hand, what it looks like, so I was like, all right, it's whatever. I knew this was coming because I had guard point, so I was like, I figured that was going to happen, so I guard point out of it. By the way, guys, I play 1 guard point, 1 Rad Beam. It really, I really think they came in like clutch. The whole day today, they were putting in work. I didn't play a single Whitebeard today though, which really sucked. That's actually one of the matchups I was hoping to play, and it looks like it ended up winning the whole thing. I think I saw that today on PPG's Discord. But so he thinks for a second here, and then he plays just another freaking Cavendish. So he swings 8 at my Law again. And then I think I discard the Sanji I have in hand, and I believe I discard, was it another Bonnie? Because I think I had 2 Bonnies in hand at this point. Yep, so I had 2 Bonnies in hand. I discard Bonnie and I discard Sanji. And then he passes with like 5 cards in hand, but I know 3 of them. It's Leo, unless he already used Leo. It's Leo, Luffy, and Kong Gun. All right. And this is like towards the end, I started smelling blood because like I knew most of the cards in his hand and I should have played around that. Look, he has I think 5 cards in hand. And I didn't play around it. So let me skip forward real quick, see what I do here. I think I just play Bonnie again, right? I swing 7 first. I swing seven first into life. All right. I should have swung into the Cavendishes. I should have just swung into the Cavendishes, guys, even though I knew he had Luffy in hand. So I swing 7, or maybe I should have swung 8 into Cavendish. So I swing 7 at life. He gets rid of Leo and he gets rid of Bart. And so I'm like, okay, 3 cards in hand. I know 2 of those. Swing 7 at life. He's gonna go ahead and take this. All right. And again, this should have been at the freaking the Cavendish, because I would either gotten rid of the Leo, or I would have gotten rid of the Idio, or I would have gotten rid of one of the Cavendishes. So he takes the life, and then I think I put 2 on Brook and swing 5 into life right here. I play Bonnie here. Actually, guys, this was another one of my mistakes right here. I'm gonna stop this. So I have the option of getting Restand Law and Blocker Law here, and I considered I had 1 Restand Law already in hand, and I considered doing the double Restand Law play where like this is gonna sound so stupid. I thought I was going to do Restand Law and then Restand Law, my attack, my blocker, and then attack, and then shambles into another Restand Law and then Restand Law. But I only had 6 Dawn at this point, and I forgot. And I was like, oh my god, how stupid could I be, right? Like, I forgot. So at this point, I should have searched for my Blocker Law, and what I should have done was I should have picked up Brook, played Blocker Law, picked up Bonnie, and then played, like I said, another either... I think I should have played the Dawn in my hand, okay? And then I would have had multiple 2Ks in hand, a blocker, so he couldn't just Kong Gun me, right? Even though I knew he had Kong Gun in hand, especially when he has double Cavendish. That was so stupid of me. Why did I do that? That was so dumb. So I think for a second, and I'm looking at the Dawn in my hand, and I still pick the blocker or the Restand Law, which is so dumb. Look at that. No, don't do that, bro. It feels like the Interstellar meme, guys, where he's like banging on the glass. He's like, no, 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 no. You know, when he's like trying to tell Mur to tell him not to go. I don't know. Have you guys seen Interstellar? It's a good movie. So I swing 5 at life here, which realistically should have just been 6 at life. Realistically should have just been 6 at life. I don't know why I did that, guys. Like I said, it was dumb. I swing 6 at life here, and then no, I swing 7. Yeah, I swing 6 at life here. Then I'm like, okay, if that's a trigger, I gotta be able to shambles. So I gotta save the Dawn up. But it was just so dumb. He goes ahead and takes this, and it's not a trigger. And what do I do here, guys? Watch what I do, guys. I pick up the Brook, and instead of having the Blocker Law like I should have, I have Restand Law. But that's okay, right? I still have the same result. I have a blocker, yada yada, yada yada yada, blah blah blah, right? I swing 7 at life. He has a freaking Idio on the board. He has an Idio on the board, guys. How could I be so stupid? And he just blocks. Of course he would just block. Why wouldn't he block? And then I'm like, okay, that's fine. I have a Chopper. He literally has a freaking Cavendish. That Chopper doesn't matter. That's the second time I played the Chopper. It's the second time I played into his Cavendish, guys. It was a stupid mistake, guys. I knew he had the Kong Gun in hand and he had a Luffy. If I would have just kept, honestly, you know what I could have done is I could have just kept the Blocker Law stood up and then had the Cavendish and then played the Chopper, and then even he would have had to use Cavendish to attack into my Blocker Law and pop the Chopper anyway. And then like he wouldn't have had the attacks to be able to kill me that turn, and then I would have killed him the next turn, because even if he played Restand Luffy, I had enough. I had let's see, I had my leader, I had Bonnie, I had a couple characters in hand. I think I had a Zoro in hand too, now I think about it. But I had a couple characters in hand, that I was able to kill him next turn, especially because he doesn't have a blocker, he has no life, he doesn't have a lot in hand, he has like 3 cards, and I know 2 of them. I would have been able to kill him, but instead I play the chopper, and I lose myself the game. And I was very frustrated. That was my last. I obviously was gracious to my opponent. I was like, hey man, good game, good luck in the next rounds. And I just I bowed out really quick. I wasn't very talkative after this game ended. I just ended the stream, and yeah, I just wanted to, you know, kind of just like sulk in my own despair after losing this. But yeah, guys, that was my mistake. If you guys are watching my stream, I appreciate you guys for watching my stream. I'm going to try to do better the next time I'm in a tournament. I don't want to let you guys down in the future. I don't want to let myself down in the future. But, you know, with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in my next video, and peace out.